Hello, my global Echelon friends. I am now here in Los Angeles, California, where in 2 days' time I'll be marrying my son, Papa Griscom. Uh, it's, of course, a fantastic moment for me in my life and in the life of my family. Marriage brings families together. Marriage has always been not only an institution of community, of family, but also an amplification and a verification of love that then spreads out. And so bringing together a great group of people to celebrate love is, of course, the best for me. But there's a little hook, and I hope it won't be too tragic of a hook. It has already begun that way, which is that the California has called the Santana winds, and they are blowing through this area and causing huge fires. And if those of you who are on Echo SOS, please tune in and send light to calm the winds and to calm the fires, because millions of people are without electricity right now to try to contain the fires, and thousands have been evacuated. So here I am in Pasadena in this beautiful area with these gorgeous trees, and all around us is fire. The highways are being closed down. I'm hoping that the people who are coming to this wedding will arrive. But it brings to me this conversation we've had so many times. Who are we in the midst of transversity? Transversity. Who are we when it's impossible? Uh, when we can't see a way out, when we have no control over what is happening. Imagine the image of us in this little bubble, in the center of this chaos and this fire burning all around us, who want to have a wedding. Um, and so it calls forth to me those questions in terms of how do we wield our lives? How do we deal with things that are out of control in terms of the sense of power or powerlessness that we ourselves have? And that's my conversation with you today, is again taking it up a notch to see that even in the face of death, in the face of uh, that those horrible energies, uh, there is something to see. There is purpose to find. There is a sense of, if this is happening to me, I can use it. As you've heard me say so many times, use life. Use life. Um, Instead of having it impinge upon you, reach out to whatever that situation is and find your place in that. Find what you have to offer that, to give to that situation. And so that's what I'm looking at right now. And of course, the first thing that comes up to me is the odd humor of our situations in life, our tragedies, because this is a tragedy. For so many people who may lose their homes, who have lost their homes. Um, and in the midst of that is a wedding. It's like life and death. Someone is passing and someone is being born. And there is that unending cycle, which is a cycle of evolution. And so, since the hopelessness and the helplessness does not serve us in any way, does not allow us to experience participation, a sense that, well, we must belong here because it's happening to us. But to switch that around again and find the humor in it. I'm going to tell you a story because I was thinking about, do we dare have humor in these kinds of situations? Can we find a way to smile at ourselves? Because certainly it's hard to smile at ourselves as humans on the planet at this time. We're destroying our planet, and we are destroying each other. We are at the same time seeking to find a way to belong, to have some meaning in life. And so we cause, karmically, shall we say, cause and effect. We are a part, at least, of all these situations. And so we have to claim them. We have to say, well, I'm supposed to be here and I can do something with this. And so to find a piece of humor, because when we have humor, it allows us to expand our consciousness, to see a bigger hologram in that. And so I want to tell a little story about myself in the face of death, and that I discovered was funny. And in that moment of humor, I saved my own life. I was in the Bahamas. I was wanting to write a book called Flower Lovers. And so I had left my family and was on a little spit of an island with a little tiny boat, and my boat broke down. I was 3 days basically without food or water. Uh, and after a couple of days, I got a little bit out of my head. And I discovered that down in the one area, I had an orange. And so I ripped the orange open. I had very few utensils and I stuffed it in my mouth. I literally stuffed it there and I choked on it. I got it down into the back of my throat, down where I was swallowing, and I couldn't get it down and I couldn't get it up. And so I began to die. My hands turned blue. I began to start to pass out. I had tried to reach in to get the piece of the orange out. I could not. And all of a sudden, as I looked and I saw that my hands were turning blue and I knew I was about to pass out and that I would die. And suddenly the thought came to me, what an indignity to die alone on an island, choking to death on an orange. And that thought woke me up and I grabbed down my throat and I got that orange out and I survived. But I was actually dying. I was actually turning blue. But the indignity and at the same time the adverse humor of what a way to die for someone who honors life, who connects to the higher self, to the divine energies, and she dies of an orange stuck in her throat. She who wants to speak truth. So I saw in a flash all of these points of reference, choking to death and not being able to speak. All of that came to me. And there was that moment of enlightened humor, and I saved my own life. And so I want to communicate that to you, that no matter how dramatic, how dire life is, we can look for a place where we can find humor. And with that humor, we can perhaps connect to a place of peace. When we recognize purpose, when we surrender to participating, whatever it is, there is a kind of power that comes to us. And that power can change not only our own lives, but the lives of those around us. And that's who you and I are. We are agents of change. So we must find the humor in our own dramas. We must be able to laugh at ourselves, but at the same time, honor ourselves. If there were anything I would communicate to the world, it would be, do not think small of yourself. Be big enough to see your foibles, find the humor in them, and know that your truth self is beyond that, even beyond the death that I have just witnessed just before I came here. You see, here we were with the passing of one person and the marriage of another, the beginning, the ending and the beginning. And such is life, indeed. So let's begin to breathe deeply so that we can loosen those threads of it's all going to end, it's terrible, and find the way through to be inspired by ourselves. You and I must find the way to be inspired by ourselves so that then we can inspire others, so that we can whisper or shout to others. We will get through this. We will we will find um, the way past adversity. You've heard me talk so many times about rising above the fray, getting bigger than that adversity so that you can see how you can get through it or around it or below it or above it. There is a way. And it's for you and I and all of humanity at this moment to find those ways. And there are many. There are many answers. There are many answers to our dilemmas. And of course, we are the solution to our problems. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath into your body. Reach up into the cosmos where we come from, that soul energy that supports the evolution of the soul, that supports the evolution of our consciousness in body. Up there, and grab hold of the brilliant beam of white light and draw it down. Feel it passing through your brain, your heart, into your solar plexus, your stomach, and laser it across the planet, dissolving the shadows, the darkness on the planet. Feel that light coming through you, across the planet, back up into the cosmos. Breathe deeply, breathe in. Draw the white light down through you. You are the vehicle. Each of us is a vehicle. We can magnetize the light to stop the darkness, to transmute it across the planet, back into the sky. And once again, breathe deeply and draw the white light down through you and back into the cosmos. And just take a moment to feel how you are quickened. Acknowledge that you can control, you can expand the repertoire of consciousness. And open your eyes. And so let us connect with our higher selves, because that's where we get these answers. That's where we find even the giggle, the cosmic giggle that says, discover something new, discover the way. It is within the matrix, it is within the puzzle. And so let's connect with our higher selves so that we can each and all be reminded that we can find answers, many answers, and move from any stuck place that we're in. Whether the answers you need at this moment are about your finances or your body or your individual reality, or whether you are focused, and you can do this both at the same time, because you've heard me say, heal the self and you heal the world. Heal the world and you will heal yourself, because of that inextricable link, like the rings of marriage bands, an unbroken circle of energy moving. Close your eyes once again. Take a deep breath into your body. And ask your higher self, the intuitive essence of your soul, your own inner voice, to take a form for you. Again, it could be a light, a being, a tree, an animal, an equation, whatever comes. And ask your higher self to give you a tool that will help you find the way through adversity. It will help you find the next step. We don't have to have the complete answer. We don't have to go to the end. We just need the impetus to go forward, to move, to become the streaming of consciousness, the streaming of evolution. The tool could be a symbol or an object or a color. And whatever comes into your mind, again, you might see it or feel it or hear it, whatever that tool is, draw it into your body and notice where it comes in. Just take a moment again to put all of your consciousness into that place in your body that holds this tool that will help you to know that you are the solution, that you can find the answer, that the tool that will cause you to begin to move forward. Now breathe deeply and command the trillions of cells of your body, each one to hold that tool energetically. Because that's what reshapes our consciousness, reshapes our potential, and brings it into this moment of manifestation. Take a deep breath into your body and open your eyes. This is a time when it's so important to trust ourselves, so important to trust our purpose in life. That sense that whatever it is that's happening, if we think of ourselves as those who have been born to participate, it takes away that hopelessness, it takes away that despair, and brings us into a place of, again, the amazing potential that any second we could come up with, this way. And above all, that those potential answers, solutions, can come to us and we can communicate them so that we move together in group. I have an idea. I have a way to begin. And you come along and say, and let's try this, and let's go this way. And so we move in harmony, in unison together. And that is what we're seeing around the planet, that the more people come together, the more power we have to influence what occurs, what the future will bring. And I really, really love that kind of concept, what the future will bring. And so let's let's find again the power of purpose, so that it takes us back to realizing that each one of us is the apex of our pyramid. Everything you do and feel influences those around you. And as agents of change, we want to influence those around us with inspiration. We want to influence their potential. We want to influence their trust in their own purpose. So let us find that sense of purpose that allows us to do that at this moment. So close your eyes, take a deep breath into your body, and ask your body where it holds that knowing, the knowing of purpose. Bring your conscious awareness into that place that holds that point of center, that power, essence, that core. You have purpose, that everything has purpose, and that you are here to participate. Where do you find that in your body at this moment? Bring your conscious awareness into that place and dip in there and feel for yourself energetically now what that purpose is like for you. Does it tingle? Is it expansive? Is it light-filled? Is it exciting? Is it peaceful? Is it peaceful in the knowing and the trust? Check it for you. And prick that open and let that sense of purpose flow through your body, building that courage, building that strength, and above all, building that humor in you that can bypass negativity and use the power of possibility to bring about the highest and best good. Let it flow through you, and then take a deep breath and radiate that energy, that power of purpose out from your body through your auric field, and extend it out into the world as if it were contagious, as if every part of humanity could be affected by that 7-odd billion bodies, human bodies on this planet. And feel that because you focus there, as you are at this moment, you are truly an agent of change. Feel humanity as if it were awakening to that, expanding collective consciousness to embrace the power of purpose. And take a deep breath, open your eyes. That's so wonderful. And please allow yourself the giggle. Great love.